It's time to rev it up and roll with America's premier motorcycle talk show. Open Road Radio is on the air with Gina Woods and other guest hosts. And now, with riding on their minds, here's your hosts of Open Road Radio.
All right, and it's real live radio. And look at there, we got Dazzlin from Sin City. Boy, did I leave there just in time.
You did. You would have got snowed in. Can you imagine being snowed in Las Vegas trying to get to Chicago? That would be pretty crazy, right?
That would be kind of an oxymoron, right?
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but that's the beauty of Las Vegas weather. Sin City, you can get all the seasons in one day here.
That was wild. Well, we had a great time there. We've got a great show lined up too. This is the last Monday of the first month of the year already. Go figure that.
January's gone, right?
January is gone. Bring on spring.
When did
Bring
you
on
get
spring.
back? Gina, you went back on Friday, you went back Friday, right?
Went back Friday night.
No problems getting out of town. Did you sleep on Saturday after all of the hoopla in Vegas?
I did not, but I had enough sleep. I really was a little bit tame, probably too tame for my own good in Vegas this year. But I got to see so many great people, so many bikes. So many great bikes. I'm telling you.
Beautiful show. That's the best one. I've been covering the Mecum vintage motorcycle auction for many years now. And I've got to say that was the best year yet. I couldn't believe that just the bikes never stopped. And the quality of the collections was just amazing.
Well, and you know what? We're going to have Tom Banks. He is going to join us momentarily, talk a little bit about some of the pricing. You know, Tom is always watching those prices, and I'm going to talk about what some of those babies went for, because he's got his eyes on that. You know, when I may not be right there, you know, you can always count on Tom Banks to catch some price. He's either bidding or selling or something, and I think he captured a couple. So he's going to talk a little bit about that.
Some of his predictions were spot on for some of the trends that he saw coming for 2023 when we had him on talking about, you know, what he thought was going to happen. And he was spot on. That's why he's the big dog and the guru on that thing.
He'll take it. We're also going to talk with Robin Renee. She came out there for her first Mecum Motorcycle Auction, kind of get a little bit of a feedback perspective from somebody who's just done it once there. We've also got a feature this afternoon with Raven Dixi, a good friend of yours from Motorcycle Entertainment TV. I can't wait to talk to this chica about
Absolutely. Win Dixie is a cool chick, and she just kind of fell into my life. And boy, I'm really looking forward to what 2023 is going to bring with the new relationship that we have with her with Full Throttle Law, and then just as a really great femme in the biker community. She's got her finger on the pulse, I tell you, and she's got a lot of great projects that she's working on, and I look forward to hearing about that later on in the show.
Well, the sky's the limit with the two of you then, that's for sure. We've got Misfits and Mischief that are going to be live with us as well. Bella and Hollywood are in the house. We've got a full show. I want to talk to you real quickly about a great little shindig that we had out there. And
that was such a nice mixer over at Main Street Motos. Hey, Penny, if you're listening, we miss you tonight. So I hope you're doing something great. You've got a nice glass of wine in your hand. But you and Gina and Tara over at Main Street Motos, man, did you put on what a beautiful, intimate, warm event that you put on down there at Main Street Motos.
Yeah, that was really a lot of fun. Talk about a vintage collective gathering. We had Mr. Music Dude in the back there singing. He's saying every song that I love. He couldn't play anything wrong. He was really good. Yeah. They had a great opening that went around. There were bikes and lifts and food and spreads.
Chef
and
Benny.
Everything was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
paella.
paella was good.
I just like to
Thank,
say paella.
thanks to Full
It
Throttle
was
Law.
delicious.
They sponsored that. He
Yeah,
had
it
that
was good.
huge pan that he put that in, and he brought that in from Spain.
Yeah,
So
that was
that
great.
was pretty,
Super
pretty
authentic,
cool.
super tasty. That's Chef Benny, and I'll throw his local information up because if you're throwing a party, there's nothing like the communal feel of a big pot of anything, and the paella was delicious.
A big pot of anything.
Yes.
Key words. It was
Different
amazing.
kind of pot in Nevada. You
We
got to be
had
careful
a
when you say you're bringing people over for pot.
we had a really great time. We appreciate everybody that did come up there, and people were talking about motorcycles and the cool place and the food. But let's talk a little bit more about those motorcycles because that's what the week was about, and we had a great chance to invite our friend Tom Banks from Competition Distributing to join us. Tom, are you there?
Hey guys, how are you?
All right, there you are. Fantastic.
Awesome.
So, Tom, we've got something up on the screen right now. I need to talk to you about this first. This
Yep.
was crazy. This was a $30,000 for this. What is that? A 1908?
Wow.
Well, that's the last year that bike belonged to legends, Rick Salisbury. Rick actually did reserve high. He was going to buy another one, I think, that maybe fell through, and he set the reserve high because this one at the auction. But the strap tanks are so darn rare, and this bike isn't some made-up bike, that was pieced together. It was found, in a place with known history. Strap tanks are the bomb, and hey, man, it showed.
Man, I'm telling you what. So I saw a lot of feedback online about this. First, that some people thought there were some additional fake parts, and then not. And boy, what a treasure this thing is! And how many do you say of those are around, Tom?
I mean, there's very few. At Legends is probably the leading authority on the strap tanks. He has more than the original paint one that was from the EJ Cool auction. I think Rick felt he might get, there is some nice ones out there, but there's not that many. There weren't that many made, and there's not complete. This bike may have a few parts that were made, but the vast majority of this bike is a real. And the folks in the know understand that. That's why this bike hit that number. That wasn't a fake number. That was.
Wow. Well, we know that you would know. Tom, what do you think about the prices overall at the Mecum Motorcycle Auction this year?
So overall, especially with the Harley Davidsons, not so much the Indians, but with the Harley Davidsons, there was definitely went backwards. I would say with the knucklehead and even the panhead.
There's other pictures from segment one. Let me know when you want.
So I think they went backwards some.
I saw some prices, and I know they weren't Harleys, like on Tuesday and Wednesday, that were very reasonable for what they were. Some smaller bikes and some dirt bikes and so forth. I think the action really kicked off on Thursday. I don't even know if it was really going that crazy on Wednesday. I think it was really starting to get warm and fuzzy on Thursday, man. That's when the heat was hot. But we understand that you picked something up.
Well, of course.
What'd you get, Tom?
My main bike that I wanted out there was a 37 flathead that Mike Wolf owned, and it wasn't because it was a Mike Wolf bike, wheels on it. I only know of one other bike, and that's the Eldon Brown 39 that had on it. They're really rare. They were made by a company over in Ohio for a very short period of time. I love the look of that particular bike. I'm a pre-war motorcycle, primarily knuckles, but I love the flatheads too. And this is just a cool bike. This one, a lot of bikes go in my museum, and some bikes, I take out and ride. There's some things I'm going to change just a bit, but you will see me out there probably as early as.
That is, Tom, I love this bike. And even it's got that pea green. Isn't that supposed to be an unlucky color?
People say that, I don't have any of those hang-ups. Harley Davidson made a lot of green bikes, in different shades of green. This particular bike is export. One of the colors it was used to on the export bikes, especially some of the 36 knuckles. Said again, I have no hang-ups. I have tropical green in here. And I'll ride any. I think, might be your riding skills that matter the most. Oh God. Yeah.
This was my favorite bike. I wanted you to keep an eye on this for me.
So with this bike here, that has the look of the wolf wheels. Okay, those are actually hubcaps that are pieced together, but a beautiful look. So up in the 90,000 range, but it didn't make reserve. Kind of bike that the people like in Mecum. It's shiny, it pops. It's a knuckle. It was a soft market this year, especially with the knuckleheads. I would say there was like a 25% call with the 36s. We also saw it with this 39 where it didn't sell. So,
Yeah, some of the trends with the no reserve bikes on Wednesday and Thursday, man, if you went there locally as a buyer, you didn't have to worry about shipping anything or anything like that. But there was for instance, a 2017 Harley that went for $3,500. It had about 16,000 miles on, all blacked out. Great little ride. It's not a vintage bike, but some of those little gems, I tell people, if you are looking for some bikes, some project bikes, you don't have to go for the $930,000 bikes or the 80 or 90,000 bikes. Go there like I did that year and buy 5 bikes so you can just take down a Boulder chopper and flip them and make a little bit of money. So some of those that went for less, I know there were some disappointed sellers, but there were some buyers that kind of scored this year and gave them some hope that you don't have to really have a big thick wallet to go to Mecum. You can just be an average Joe and still go and find something fun and exciting for your garage collection. My honey said, do not bring anything home this year, Dazzlin. I promise you're going to be in trouble. And I listened.
So, Tom, do you think there was some hidden gems here that did go for a pretty decent price?
Oh, absolutely. Bike slid, went for, quality bikes. Some of those Indians, good prices. Some of the Indian Force, I saw one that was a really nice bike that did like 45,000. Bikes that slid, and here's the thing. I saw a smart market this year. Bikes that were really valuable bikes, they hit their numbers or were just maybe short. The bikes that were more pretty bikes, but not really, correct bikes, didn't do quite as well. I kind of saw it as a smart market this year, to be honest with you. When you're in Vegas, motorcycle road, there's a lot of folks there that are really in the know, that have a good understanding of what they're looking at. The word gets around. People talk, especially there's so many of us AMCA guys out there. And me.
Exactly. Do you think that anything got away on you?
Yeah, I don't have unlimited money. That's the problem. It wouldn't be no fun if I had money. But I love the 33 VL. I love the 1930 VL that did not sell. I'd like to have that bike. And there's always a few that get away. You can't have them all, and it wouldn't be fun if you could have them all. I'm blessed to Harley's here in my museum, and I'm thrilled every time I can add something to it. So I'll count my blessings today.
Well, I understand that you were able to pick up some road art, Tom.
I'm always looking for road art because, I like it here for the museum. So I was able to get like an old from the 70s. It's like for the I'm going to circle with my 71 bikes. You know, I have the Sparkling America bike. So, you know, I love stuff like I got a spin team and it'll sit and spin. You know, I just love the road art. You know, I if it's just really like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, completely. Well, now that you're back home, you had your fun. You got to get down to work with your new business, competition distributing.
Hey, so, you know, Sean does most of it. We're going forward fast. Hey, anybody that wants to come down to the Sons of Speed, our whole team will be down there. My brother George, Bill Page, the whole gang of us will be down there racing. You know, Chris Callan, so yes, we'll be at the Sons of Speed. We'll have competition distributing set up down there and come test bikes.
Fantastic. We're going to see you down there. I can't wait.
I'll get on the track and my shoulder fails, but I feel like I'm there. You know, the strength is coming, so I feel like I'm ready to my title on that single, man.
Yeah, it looked like you were doing pretty good over the weekend. I think all of that hard work you put in is paying off.
I think I'm ready to go. I feel fortunate.
All right, be ready, Tom Banks. We're looking forward to seeing you there.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Tom. We appreciate it.
It was great to see you, and thanks for coming back. And we look forward to having you back on the show again.
Hey guys, thanks so much for having me on again. I always enjoy to come on.
Thank you so much. We have a lot to talk to you about. You got that museum and competition distributing and all those bikes that you're going to need to be ridden. I got to come up there and see you.
I'm living the dream, guys.
All right. Sounds good, Tom. Thank you so much. Well, Dazzlin, I'm telling you what, I saw some of those bikes go over that had some pretty steep prices as well.
Yeah.
But I'm always glad when a friend of mine can grab a bike here or there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is nice. It's nice to cheer them on, and you know they feel great. They got to participate. Hey, let's say hello to some of the folks that are tuned in. Big Andy, hi, how you doing? We got Cindy. She always tunes in with us from Colorado. Teresa Martinez, what's up, Trauma Mama? And of course, Stevie B listening and saying, Dazzlin, no more bikes. I heard you, honey. I heard you loud and clear. No more
Speaking
bikes.
of loud and clear, we had some big fun with Robin Renee. She came down to.
She's so nice. It was
And
great
you know
to
what?
meet
I
her.
didn't know, but she is a native of Las Vegas.
Really?
And boy, every time we turn a corner, she's like, "Oh my God, look at that! That's new." So it's been a while since she'd been there, and it was really fun to have her hang out all week. And we just had such a great time. We did some of the shenanigans downtown. That was
Yeah, I saw you
a
were
little bit of
checking out
fun.
some of the touristy things like the high roller and stuff. So good, always good.
Yeah, that was really. I'm sorry. That was. There she is. All
Hey
right.
everybody. Hello ladies. Hey Gina. Hey Dazzlin. So good to see you again. Man, what a week, right?
Yeah, it was really a great week.
It was such a great time. Epic. It really was. Oh my God. Start to finish.
What was your best part of the motorcycle auction?
Oh, the auction, wanting everything, and my dad not giving me his credit card. Just learning, networking, meeting everybody. I've met so many
We know
people.
Robin has daddy issues. In case you're listening.
Well, I'm the way I am because of my dad. Okay.
Okay.
He instilled this into me. So my favorite part was just meeting everybody. I made relationships that I'll use for years to come, and all the networking and meeting all you fabulous people. It was just an amazing experience.
Robin is she's the first administrator for the Chicago. Gosh,
Admin of Chicago United Riders.
Chicago United Riders. I didn't know why that United. Just I knew Riders, but I couldn't say United. Yeah. Chicago United Riders, and
you guys talk about a lot of groups. So
we have about 4,000 members in the Chicago area alone.
Yeah.
That's the only chapter.
Support. Our events have anywhere from 200 to 1,200 motorcycles show up at each event. We do so much charity work, so much fundraisers.
Yeah, it's for real. That's a real big That's a real big deal. Anytime that you see one, you'll see another 200 to 300, and you're going to be either at that light for a while, or if you're taking a video, you're going to be holding it for a while. Yeah, it's pretty cool to see. It really is. It's amazing to see. We're going to bring them on in a couple weeks, so that'll be nice to have them
February
join
20th.
us.
All 1,200 of them?
Yes.
We're gonna have the president here. We're gonna tell you about the different charities and fundraiser work we're doing, and
That's
hopefully
great.
get some new people involved. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I
absolutely.
enjoyed shooting you, by the way, in the Easy Rider style on that bike. I really enjoyed having
that was
you.
the highlight of my trip. That was Main Street
Aw.
Photos.
Oh,
After
yeah, I
college.
loved that. I got to photograph Robin with this beautiful jacket. I think she's going to tell us about if I'm correct. And we held the Easy Rider magazine that particular vintage bike was photographed in, and we posed Robin. I posed Robin to take some mock up, and I'll tell you, she looked beautiful on that bike.
You sent me 36 pictures.
Oh, so Corey
That was
says,
Hollywood.
Corey's trying to get it, but he's like, you sent me 36 pictures. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
And I didn't number them. So
that
we're
was
going to
for
come to
Hollywood.
it when we get to it. We did have fun. We went on the Globe, the high roller. That was a blast. That was crazy.
Until you
fun.
want to get off. Until
Yeah.
you're done with the high roller. It
Yeah,
takes
you had-
run and jump.
an hour, right? To go
Half hour.
all-
Yeah, 30 minutes. Yeah.
30 minutes. It just
And
seems
me and I got our
longer
own
than
pod. They
track.
didn't have to put us with anyone.
Yeah, right.
You
She
had
said
the-
it right when she said we
Carlo.
felt like we were in the hamster ball.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh, yeah. That's one of those things you do once, and then
Yeah, but it
and then
was really beautiful. It was really great to see all the lights at night. They're all sparkling and shiny and changing. I mean, it's really cool to see.
It
And
would
Robin-
be really pretty earlier today if you could see the snow over the city, because
Yeah.
that was pretty to see this morning.
Yeah, she took a lot of these pictures just of her escapades and just her perspective on Mecum Motorcycle Auction for the first time.
Yeah, I see. Every row I went down, there was something new I wanted. You
Are
walk
you
in, you
going
want
to be a
something.
buyer next year, Robin?
Oh, absolutely. I'll be there.
Awesome.
Oh, try and keep me away. I will.
It's
Yeah.
so different when you're a buyer too, because when you're sitting there wishing you were a buyer,
Yeah.
then you're like, oh gosh, I wish I could have got that one.
Well, I was saying to Gina, I was elbowing her, and I'm like, "Did you see that? That just went for 4,000. I could have had that.
You could have, yeah.
Live and learn. I'll
I
be
should
ready.
come in
next day.
early on those first couple of days. Yeah.
I'm not flying next time. Next time I'm driving with my trailer. Just know that.
Yeah, they could be.
Like-
Well, one thing that Robin did help me with was too, man. We were at Jason Sims' booth with National Cycle, and just want everybody to know that they can get on our Facebook page and go to the National Cycle QR code and win a vintage windshield. We started the campaign for the Mecum Motorcycle Auction, and it's going to go through till Valentine's Day. So if you want to win yourself a vintage windshield, now is the time. I mean, we just gave away Andrew's products, $1,200 worth of cams and gears. We gave Seafoam away, and Seafoam was at our little soiree, our little vintage
Yeah,
gathering
I
there.
grabbed an extra bottle of Bugs Be Gone because I'm going to need it on my trip. So thank you to them for bringing out all that extra product. And it was all gone. So everybody got to leave with something. That was
Everybody did get to leave with something,
Yeah.
a full stomach, and we had
some
a
Bugs Be
nice
Gone and Seafoam.
open bar for everybody and a lot of Seafoam. So George, thank you so much, and Kevin for making that happen. So you guys get on your phones, and you can even click on this QR, I think, and go ahead and reach out to your screen and do it.
And you
and
know how
get in
if you
there.
buy a Ford pickup truck, then all you see were Fords. And since we had them on the show, now I see those windshields everywhere, even at Mecum. Some of the bikes on the floor, I was like, oh, that's their windshield.
Yeah, they're really, once you notice, then you see them all.
Yeah,
All right, Robin, it was so awesome to have you. And I can't wait till next year or every 6 months. And we were talking about going back to Las
Absolutely.
Vegas.
I'm in. Yes. All right. Thank you for having me, ladies.
Good to see you, Robin.
Fantastic. And we're going to come back in a little bit with Misfits and Mischief. She wore this killer jacket that everybody loved. So
There
we're
we
going to talk with the
I was
owners and
lucky.
makers in just a little bit. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Give it a like, give it a share. And we're going to go and pay some bills real quick. We'll be right back after these messages.
The law we practice is personal injury law. Specifically, we represent injured bicyclists and injured motorcyclists. My partner and myself have been practicing for 27 years. We know as a firm how to work together.
Because we focus only on motorcycle crashes and bicycle crashes, we are used to not only the dynamics of how the crashes happen, but we're also used to dealing with the biases of the insurance adjusters that want to put the blame on our clients.
While some products fix problems, Andrews solves them. With nearly 50 years of passion, precision, and high performance, Andrews Products changes the world of motorsports. Engineered and manufactured in-house, Andrews excels by using aircraft steel, then machining to the closest industry tolerances. If you need powerful cams, gears, and transmissions for your ride that are proudly made in America, use Andrews Products. Contact AndrewsProducts.com or call our tech line Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 847-759-0190. How can you tell if somebody actually cares? Look at their actions. At Full Throttle Law, we are all about protecting riders. That means we don't just organize rides. We take action to keep riders safe. We have sponsored or created over 20 safety-focused events in the past year alone. Emergency response classes, first aid courses, riding seminars, track days, garage nights, and fundraisers for local independent charities like Biker Down. Any law firm can help you get a settlement if you get hurt. But we're already on the road with you, doing everything we can to make sure we all get home safe at the end of the ride. If you've been hurt in any kind of accident, tell your smartphone to call Full Throttle Law. We ride together.
Hey, we are back, and thank you so much for listening to Open Road Radio's Motorcycle Mondays. And we've got Dazzlin in the Full Throttle Law studio there in Sin City, which we just left, and just in time, I guess.
Yeah, just in time so you wouldn't get snowed in Las Vegas. I don't know how that's ever happened, but hey, welcome back, Las Vegas. And if you are listening from K-Shop 1400, if you would also like, you can follow us on Facebook, Open Road Radio, and also on the Facebook page, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So we are back in the studio, Full Throttle Law studio, and we have Raven Dixi in the house with us of Raven Dixi Inc. and Motorcycle Entertainment TV. And I'm telling you, I am so excited about getting to know you. And when I let Gina know about you being local and that we could bring you on the show, she was super excited also. So welcome.
Well, thank you. I'm super excited to be here. Gina, I want to congratulate you on your 26th year anniversary.
Oh, thank
That's
you so much.
huge.
I just love your name. I just want to call you Winnie, and I just want to. I just love that. Tell us a little bit about tell us a little bit about your TV program. I'm really excited to check that out.
Well, Motorcycle Entertainment Television is a streaming service. It's available on Roku and Amazon Fire TV. It's all motorcycle content 24/7, 365 days in a year.
That's a lot of content, girl. Good for you.
We're constantly creating more content, and then we have paid programs and all sorts of things. So something there for everyone.
Yeah, she's got a couple of really cool projects that she's working on right now. And I want her to give us a little information on, she's starting to film a new show. It's going to start filming on April the 2nd. And it's about underground racing in Los Angeles. It's a Sunday Fun Day Gap Sauce. So what's that about?
Okay, so the inspiration behind that show, there is a classic bike culture movie called Biker Boys. And that movie was largely about motorcycle clubs, but there was a huge focus on the racing aspect of the culture. So this new reality series that we're filming in April in LA is capturing that underworld racing aspect of Harley Davidson's. So That's the reality
And
series.
this is not racing on the track.
No.
This is in the streets.
In the streets
of LA.
racing. Yeah.
Okay,
That
sounds
is crazy. That's wild. You got to have a need for speed for that.
Absolutely. We're going to get Dazzlin out there.
I'm gonna pop up. I'm just gonna show up on whatever corner that I know you guys are gonna be at, and I'm just gonna fall into line.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. Maybe
Well, this must be like they've been doing it the Isle of Man for years, but Chicago's doing it with NASCAR, and you guys are doing it with bikes. So this might be a trendy thing going on now. We're going to see this all across the country.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's a lot of aspects to the show, as well as like the smack talking and, the title holding. So it's really interesting. It's a vibe. It's really cool.
So who would
I'm
be
excited.
someone that would be the who's who of that type
That
of
show,
yeah.
particularly, there's a guy named Fatty. He's
Okay.
really famous in LA for racing his bike. He has a shop in Inglewood.
Okay.
And so he's one of the big name players on that show.
That may be interesting to get him in here after the show starts filming.
Oh, absolutely.
Fatty from Inglewood. And what's
Absolutely.
Fatty ride?
He rides a Harley Davidson.
Yeah,
He rides a Harley Davidson, a street glide, pretty
Mhm.
sure. Yeah.
He's not splitting lanes with that, but I guess they are, right? They're just smashing.
Yeah, they're splitting lanes with that.
Great. And you have one that is really interesting to me, and that's the reality series that you're filming, Real Femmes of the Bike Life.
Mhm.
And that's about girls in this culture, right?
Absolutely. The Real Film Tells the Bike Life. It's a reality series centered around 7 female bikers in the motorcycle world, just showing how they navigate in this male-dominated arena. It's really cool. The ladies have huge personalities. We're filming this year in August at the National Bikers Roundup. So it's in Memphis this year. So I'm really excited about that.
So barbecue and babes on bike in Memphis.
Yes.
I'm coming there too.
And the blues.
That blues, barbecue, and biker babes.
And bikes. Yeah.
Yeah.
With that, you can't go wrong with that at all. Is most of your production on the West Coast right now? I mean, Memphis is pretty midline, but are you going to be doing more on the East Coast or Midwest as well?
Well, I started out in Tennessee, so I'm new to Vegas. I'm actually here to expand on the West Coast. We recorded a series last year in LA, which was OG's on Chrome, but we have several series like The Biker and other content on the network that was filmed in the South. And then we have a lot of shows out of Charlotte, North Carolina. So we pretty much are across the nation.
So tell us about some of
Fantastic.
the other shows that are on there. What are some of the other shows that are on the network that are kind of staples?
So OG's on Chrome is a huge one for us. It was our first original series. It was filmed and hosted by Big Cell. Big Cell is a famous YouTuber, Fast Harley's owner, Fast Harley's only, excuse me. And he basically rode from Vegas to Phoenix and up and down California and interviewed bike builders and bike clubs that you never really would hear of, but they've done some amazing things in the culture. And so that show was really, really popular. And right now that's probably like the biggest show on the streaming series. It's like our staple. So
Got it.
That's awesome. Everybody wants to know about the builders. That's
absolutely.
For
great
sure.
content.
And the behind the scenes stuff. that you
Behind the
guys do.
scenes, like the stories that you don't really hear, but they're super interesting. So
I like that. So where can they go to sign up? Where is it distributed? How can people subscribe to Motorcycle Entertainment TV?
well, we're distributed on Roku and Amazon Fire TV, and you can also access through our website and sign up there as well, motorcycleentertainmenttelevision.com.
That is fantastic. So if somebody had an idea, are you up for, trying to find out if that's something that you would put them into the program, or maybe work with them on their idea to understand the concept and work with it?
100%. I'm all about developing other productions. the opportunities are limitless for whatever sort of bike content that goes on the show. And I'm down for whatever anybody wants to showcase themselves or showcase what they have. I'm up for putting it out there as long as it's pretty much produced well. You know,
So
audio.
this kind of thing can get pretty costly. How do you pay for your expenses? I mean, obviously, are you doing fundraising? Do you have investors? How are
We have
you able to?
investors. We have investors. We have sponsors. Full Throttle Law is one of our sponsors. And then it's a paid subscription
That's
network.
because they're awesome.
They are
We
awesome. And we have a couple other awesome sponsors. Body Aqua.
Yeah.
They're a huge sponsor for us. Yeah. So sponsors, and then like I said, this the subscription is a paid subscription network. It's $5.99 a month, or you could do $15 quarterly or $50 annually.
Very reasonable.
Extremely reasonable.
Very reasonable. I had to cancel Philo because they turned to me 25 and I only got them to watch Yellowstone.
25 monthly?
25 monthly. That's crazy.
Wow.
It is.
Wow. My Restream is $50 monthly.
I wanted to watch it today, not tomorrow.
Exactly. Well, that's me. It's got to be instant. It's got to be effing right now.
Right this second.
Yeah. That's awesome. Good for you. What made you, are there any actors or producers in your family? What made you do something so great?
I am a complete one-off. I am an anomaly as far as I know. I'm an anomaly. I started out years ago, 2016. Feels like years ago, not too long ago. But 2016, it started as a clothing line, Raven Dixi line. I was paying homage.
Nice.
You've got one of your.
I've got one of my vintage Raven Dixi line.
I saw that logo. I love it.
So it started as that, and on the website, when you go to shop, we did a column on the website called The Biker, where we would interview a biker that was doing great things in his community. Well, that kind of segued into a YouTube, and then the YouTube kind of blew up, and then I had the opportunity to get the streaming service in 2020, and it kind of just snowballed from there.
Right on, girl. You got it going on. That's fantastic.
Yeah, we love to see successful females in the biker set as well, and especially diverse women that are coming in and making their own way. You are also responsible for a lot of content and contribution on the Black Motorcycle Set social media stuff as well. That's where I've caught some of your interviews, which are kind of cool.
Absolutely. So we take shorts and we advertise them out onto social media. And that's how we draw a lot of our subscribers into our streaming service. But yes, I am part owner of the Black Motorcycle Set. It's a motorcycle group on Facebook, about 50,000 members in there. So that's owned under the Raven Dixi Inc. brand, as well as the streaming service.
That's really cool, because I've been on that page for several years even.
Yeah.
And didn't even know that.
Well, I just took it over. It just came in under my ownership last summer.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And you can catch a couple of her interviews with Should You Have a Clubhouse? Shouldn't You Have a Clubhouse? There was one the other day that you were doing, and it was someone from the Black side of the set riding a crotch rocket, and you were, getting a feel about what kind of feedback he would get on riding a crotch rocket.
He refused to ride a Harley Davidson, but he had to admit that his BMW is not as comfortable as a ride as the Harley Davidson. So I get them to talk. And I get them to be really honest. You get to see a different side of bikers. They show their personalities.
Yeah,
we love you. We got to get you to get out from behind that microphone, because we can't see that beautiful face.
You can't see my face?
Oh, no. There we go. Now we can see it.
Hello.
So, tell us again, so is all of this under one umbrella where people can find? There we go. Thank you, Justin. I know the producer in the room is making that happen now. All right, we could see her. You could see those curly whites.
You could sign up for the network at motorcycleentertainmenttelevision.com. Our social media, all of our social media is Motorcycle Entertainment TV. That's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, And yeah, I think that's all we have right now. But
Fantastic. Well, I can't wait to see what you do next. Way to go. I love what you're doing, and spreading good cheer and making things happen. Loving it.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for coming on. I think we are going to take a moment and go and pay some bills. And then she's going to stay with us in studio for the last
Yeah.
segment. Bella and
Fantastic for our last segment. Awesome. Doing great things. We love that. I also want to put a shout out there to our friend Lawrence Stratz, who is also doing great things. There was a picture earlier before we go to commercial break. I just wanted to say thank you for helping with the kids cure for cancer. That is just
amazing how much
amazing
they
what
were
they
able to
what
raise
they
with this,
made with
Kirsch
Kirsch helmets and all the great painters that were involved. That was amazing, and I'm sorry we didn't have a chance to cover that tonight, but we should definitely bring that back. So we will be right back after these messages. Give it a like, give it a share, tell your friends, and we'll be right back. Thanks so much.
The law we practice is personal injury law. Specifically, we represent injured bicyclists and injured motorcyclists. My partner and myself have been practicing for 27 years. We know as a firm how to work together.
Because we focus only on motorcycle crashes and bicycle crashes, we are used to not only the dynamics of how the crashes happen, but we're also used to dealing with the biases of the insurance adjusters that want to put the blame on our clients.
How can you tell if somebody actually cares? Look at their actions. At Full Throttle Law, we are all about protecting riders. That means we don't just organize rides, we take action to keep riders safe. We have sponsored or created over 20 safety-focused events in the past year alone. Emergency response classes, first aid courses, riding seminars, track days, garage nights, and fundraisers for local independent charities like Biker Down. Any law firm can help you get a settlement if you get hurt. But we're already on the road with you, doing everything we can to make sure we all get home safe at the end of the ride. If you've been hurt in any kind of accident, tell your smartphone to call Full Throttle Law. We ride together.
All right. Will my smartphone call them like that, Dazzlin?
Trying to call?
Will my smartphone call them? I'm talking about your commercial.
Oh my gosh. Your smartphone to call. Like if you call right now because it's after 5, it will absolutely bring on my phone.
Everybody call right now.
Right now.
Everybody call. All right, we've got some special guests in the house, and that is going to wrap our show. So let's we are going back to Oak Brook, Bar Louise in Oak Brook, Illinois. And Robin Renee, why don't you introduce your friends?
These are my dear friends. This is Bella and this is Hollywood. And they are the founders, creators, and the beautiful minds behind this amazing clothing brand that you see right here. This is the Hollywood that we were speaking of, that I did the photo shoots on, that Dazzlin got me in, and all these other beautiful pieces. I'm wearing another piece of theirs right now that you can barely see because I'm sitting down.
Yes.
But all this clothes here came from their genius minds. They're beautiful. And I'm going to let you tell them about their brand.
Hi, how's it going? Gina, by the way, I heard Robin tried to get you on the bar at Hogs and Honeys in Vegas, and you just scooted out.
Yeah, I had something else going on, but I've been known to jump on a table or bar in my time.
Oh, trust me, I'm going to get you on a table or bar.
I believe it.
Sounds good. Tell us about your awesome, she had this jacket on and everybody was taking pictures of it, and she was just posing it to the max. She had it going on.
The one thing about like our clothes is that everybody tells me when they put on something of ours, like they feel different. It changes like the way you feel, the way you act, like it gives you confidence. One of our taglines is for those not to be afraid of people.
Absolutely.
Anybody at any age, any demographic can wear this. We're not we're a genderless clothing brand. Any of our clothes are meant for men, women,
everybody,
transgender. I mean, everybody and anybody. a lot.
Yeah, friends
Well,
of
I
ours-
think that anything like that would give me attitude. I don't care if I got confident. I'm going to have attitude when I'm wearing some of that. I'm telling
It
you right
is
off
so
the bat.
edgy.
Right. I love
It's
that.
like super edgy, super rock and roll biker. I mean, you could, like you said, it just you take on a different personality if you want to. It is gorgeous. And I was looking on your website. And I really expected when I went on and started looking and shopping that it would be twice as much
Yeah.
as I mean,
We
it's
get that all the time. Seriously.
reasonable.
Listen,
for-
we know our stuff could be $5,000-$7,000 custom jackets, but even though that would be great, we want everybody to be able to afford this. And I mean, we know it's kind of expensive, but this is for everybody.
Right.
We have people come up to us and be like, "Oh my God, that is amazing!" And we tell them what it's worth, and they go, "I expected $3,000."
I really did. I definitely expected to see that type of a price line because it just looks so Hollywood and runway rock and roll on the stage at some big concert sold out with 50,000 people.
Now, these
Well,
pieces
it's
are
beautiful.
Right, and these are
They're
hand
one of a
painted.
kind.
So this is actually our hand painted.
person.
Yeah, this is our hand painted artwork too. So this all started with like being in the pandemic, right? This all started with like masks and like studded masks, which then turned into. And he was pushing me. He was like, we were doing like the t-shirts and the hoodies, and he was like, "Why are you doing vinyl?" He's like, "We're artists." He's like, "You're an artist." He's like, "Let's stop doing that." And we, started hand bleach painting and hand painting. Like all that stuff you see is literally done with a paintbrush or like with paintbrush and bleach, right? So this stuff is literally our artwork, and our canvas is, just leather or denim or a t-shirt, and so this is literally each thing you wear is a one of a kind piece of art. Even if we recreate
No
it,
two are the same.
no two can be the same, because even if it's the same piece recreated, each one is going to vary from one to the other. And as you were saying like, oh, it gives you attitude. And as he was saying, like, oh, it can be for anybody. People will tell me, oh, I don't know this. I don't really wear spikes. I don't wear this. But like that piece that you're showing right now, a friend came over who says, oh, I don't wear spikes. He tried that on and he was like, oh, this is cool. I feel really badass in this. And
That's
then
really cool. I like that a lot.
He has 200 spikes on it. And then he goes, can we put more spikes on it? And then that was somebody who didn't like any spikes to begin with. And he's like, okay,
Gateway spikes.
Brings out your inner spike.
Exactly. And then his girlfriend came over and was like, okay, I want this one. And then she's like, oh, I like the paintings, but I don't like this. And she's like, okay, can we add them on the sleeves now? Right. And she's like, they're like, I get it. I feel badass. I feel tough, and they're like, I get it. And they're wearing all black now. And then they're wearing,
like that one. That was made for
a wedding.
A bride who wanted something badass.
I saw that.
Dress while she was at the after party. And she came up with the design. She painted it.
It wasn't even just at the after party. It was
I mean, it was just, we can do anything that you want. We could try to come up with our best intentions.
The Hollywood.
So this one right here, the spike design on the arms, she came up with that design for me because I'm a DJ and an entertainer. And we were born out of the pandemic. I didn't have a job anymore. I couldn't play in clubs. I couldn't play in bars. Everything was closed. I didn't know what I was going to do. And we came up with this one design one day, put it on Instagram, and then GQ found us somehow.
Yeah.
And we're like, we want to put you in the lookbook in British GQ because we think that's where your demographic is. And I thought it was bullshit. I swear to God, I thought it was a scam. I was like, you need to check this out. You need to vet it. But it was legit. And I mean, it has really taken off. Our friends, our family, just huge support.
Our community.
Yeah.
I can't believe how many great things came out of that damn pandemic. You know what
know.
I'm saying?
Hey,
But there really are a lot of great things. That's
we
it.
either like broke down, started crying, and was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, or you got off your ass, started getting creative, and like made something.
Yeah, exactly. I hope you guys will come out to some of our events this year. We would love to have you.
Well, I mean,
Absolutely.
you're coming here to see us on the 20th, if I believe.
He is
Yes,
our
I
top
am.
writer's
And
house
I
DJ.
will be
So
DJing,
he's at all of our
so
events.
I'm going to make you shake your ass. Trust me.
Yes.
Fantastic. I'm all in. I'm going to get those pants, I think. I really like those jeans.
Well,
And then go with the
somebody.
go
So
for the
we can ask
jacket.
them anything.
I'm
Right.
excited. Hey
Well,
guys,
Can I get a pair of jeans that I absolutely love and they fit me great on Thunder and Lightning?
Bring us anything
Send it
you
to us.
want.
Yeah.
Give them to you and then you can
So we
do a one-off.
that's actually a big thing we do. So
Yeah.
knowing and like also, like taking, so this came out of the pandemic, right? And I started with masks to make him wear a mask. I'm like, how am I going to get him to wear a mask? So I started spiking leather studded masks. And then we did snake skin.
I'm not gonna wear that blue,
Right.
nurses like
And this is before,
ER
and this is
mask.
before
out. That
anybody
shit
wore
doesn't work.
a mask. Like we started making them before anybody did, and he convinced me to start selling them. And then it just then we started doing t-shirts and hoodies, and then from there it went into denim jackets and leather ones. But we really then learning about that's just how it anyway. So learning about just because we just this kind of fell into our laps once you put us up. And I'm like, okay, so I'm taking Paulson's courses and learning just how detrimental the fashion industry is on the environment. It's so important to us to also, take into account, we don't really want to have that much of a negative impact on the environment. And so many people do care about things like that.
Larry says it looks like
doing things
Larry
like that.
says it looks like something Steven Tyler would wear or Axl Rose. Totally.
I mean,
Totally. It does.
And you can send us
I
your
know,
jeans.
one
They'll
up.
make
Like,
it.
oh,
see
we
my
got it.
shoes right now.
Hey guys, we have got to wrap it up. I can't wait till the
Catherine, send us
20th.
your jeans.
Yeah, if you have something you want to upcycle, give me your jeans.
Slide
give me your
into
leather
our
piece,
DMs.
and we got you.
I got you.
We'll upcycle your piece.
I love it.
She
Thank
will
you.
do.
Thank you so
She'll be
much.
sending you all her laundry here pretty soon. I'm telling you.
We don't do laundry, but I will.
She'll be
spice it
sending
up.
other stuff too, like
Be
bras and
clean as
panties.
can
She wants it
get.
all done.
Gina, come on.
Thank you so
All
much.
right, guys. How do people get more information?
Look us up, Misfits and Mischief.com,
On Instagram, it's
Instagram,
Mischiefs.
Facebook, everything.
Can we post one of your QR codes?
Oh yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
Gina, I'll give you a QR code to post.
And we'll give you
Fantastic.
our handle and
Awesome.
everything.
Yeah, beautiful.
Got it right there, baby.
I'm on here and I'm shopping because I can't resist. I'm sorry. He said no more bikes, but he didn't say no more spiked jackets.
Absolutely. That's gonna be a new tagline.
But we can do any city. Any city.
Absolutely.
I love it.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for
Thank you
joining
very
us.
much.
And
Cheers, guys.
we will
Cheers.
come and catch up with you soon. Fantastic. Cheers. What a great group. Oh my
That's
God. I
right.
love that stuff.
Cool stuff, right?
Absolutely. And it's vegan. It's
Yeah.
vegan and hand painted.
Yeah.
And only like $329,
Yeah.
$400 a piece.
The prices were great.
That's
$400
great.
for a jacket. You're not going to get a one-off piece like that.
That's
No
great.
place.
Well, we have managed to stay on time, and I'm not sure how,
I
Corey.
am so
and
proud
some
of you.
threatening
Full
from
segment.
Dazzlin earlier, but I do want to remind everybody to please get in. Look at see these little motorcycles down here. They all have a really cool vintage helmet. I mean, a vintage windshield. So
They
make
do.
sure that you sign up for this. I'm gonna post it right away. And wow, that's it. That was a fast show because we had a lot to cram in, didn't
We
we?
had a lot to talk. We had a lot to talk about. So can't wait to see everybody next Monday and every Monday. Motorcycle Mondays, Open Road Radio, 26 years coast to coast from Chicago to Las Vegas. And Win Dixie, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for
Yeah,
having
thank you so
I
much.
like it. Yeah.
Can't wait to hear about your stuff. Can't wait to get rock and roll on it.
Thank you, Gina.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I just love women out there doing cool stuff, man. Doing cool stuff. All right. Corey says we are out. We got to go. Give it a like. Give it a share. Let your friends know. And we'll see you right back here next Monday.
Good night,
for Motorcycle
Cincinnati.
Mondays. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to America's premier motorcycle talk show, Open Road Radio.
Hey, thanks for coming along. We hope you enjoyed the ride.